Hi, everybody. It's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. Welcome to a new day. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're having a wonderful morning wherever you are and getting off to a great start. It's lovely and sunny and bright here today, wherever you are in the world. I hope that you've got a good day. I know that we've got women in Australia who are in the middle of winter now, and we've got people in the States who are experiencing some nice sunny summer weather. So it's just the great part about having such a lovely big community all over the world. But I want to thank you for being here. Thank you so much for your time, for making this a priority for you in your day. And we try to talk about all kinds of things that are of interest to you, from fashion and beauty to travel to lifestyle, caregiving, all kinds of interesting topics. And we always seem to go back to the ones that we know are on your mind. Well-being, financial security, and then fun. So today I want to talk about something that's in one of those early categories. But first, my cup of tea. I'm drinking Darjeeling. Now, Darjeeling is a really lovely tea. It's very dark, black tea, and I've got this Field and Select. It's a UK brand. I got it when I was traveling. But Darjeeling is only found in a certain part of India, and it's a very, rarefied. It's like they call it the champagne of black tea. But it's quite fascinating to see where all these teas come from and their special things that they offer, the benefits. So Darjeeling is a good tea for you. Now, with that in mind, we need a strong tea for the topic that I'm going to talk about, which is money. And before you go running away, this is going to be a constructive story because, we've got to deal with it. And all of us in our 60s are either prepared, and good for you guys who did that, and or not prepared. And there's this kind of a spectrum. And some people have got this really crazy image in their mind of the bag lady. I smile and laugh, but of course there are many people who are homeless and not doing very well. And, they really are people that live out of bags. And that's very, very challenging. But there's a perception of amongst normal women, women who have worked all their lives and have saved and done well, that it's not going to last. That somehow they're going to end up as bag women, bag ladies, with their shopping cart overflowing with belongings, and this fear of ending up alone and poor and without money. And this is a create of huge anxiety in our lives, and I know this is true. Because I've been through many challenges in my life with money, and I've been fairly open about that with everybody. But we all have dealt with our misfortunes and our successes in different ways. So I think it's a matter of altering that bag lady perception. Danielle Howard is one of our bloggers who wrote about this, and I really liked the way she approached this. It's not that complicated, and probably most of you in many ways have dealt with it. But I know for years I didn't. And just these few simple tips or words of encouragement, I think would have helped. So I hope that this is helping you too. So the first thing, money is complex, and it's never just about the money. It's never about the actual dollars and cents, pounds and pence. It's about the emotional relationship to money. A lot of you, like me, had a very poor childhood. We didn't have anything. We had a very sort of, in terms of possessions, very little. And I was always determined that I would have a different lifestyle for my children and my family. And I think that those messages from your past are definitely things that hold you back. They hold you back, and they give you sort of they bind you in a perception with money. It's an attitude to money that is. That's hold you down. So, as Danielle says, open the bag, the emotional bag. Look at it. What is it? Where did you get all those early experiences of money, and how did you bring those into your life? Unpack the bag and toss it out. Toss out those memories. They were what they were. Your mom and dad did the best they could. You may have had a very challenging childhood that you've carried with you all your life. And you may feel like you just can't handle money. It's just not your thing. And I know lots of women who have that kind of emotional baggage that they carry around. So part of that bag lady mentality is to let the emotional baggage go. And I think that's a great place to start. She gives some examples of how to approach that. So, for example, you can say, up until now, I believed this about money. I believe that it was important. I believe that, I was never going to have any. Just up until now, I've believed this. And then say, moving forward, I am going to and then have a kind of a plan. I'm going to get a grip on money. I'm going to let go of my childhood memories. I'm going to save at least 10% of my money every month, even from pension or Social Security. Whatever you're going to do, moving forward, I'm going to. Those positive affirmations can really, really help. And I think a lot of us kind of underestimate our capability to deal with this. We've dealt with so much else in our lives, haven't we? I mean, it's just a matter of applying our creative skills, our resilience, our perseverance, our humility, our hardworking nature to deal with this and cultivate these assets, these personal assets wisely, and use them to deal with your emotional baggage. The second set of baggage is your financial baskets, and that's to look at your situation. Look at everything in black and white. What are the things you have got invested? Do you have a pension? What are the assets in your life? Ask yourself really honestly, what are your debts? Make a list. Do it. Because if you don't make a list and you don't actually see it written down there, you will not know what you're trying to deal with. So you've got a savings account, you have a checking account, you may have some investments, business accounts. Put a plan in place to get your credit card debt in order. Now, I know, and we've written about this before, but I know from my own experience, I was always afraid to call a creditor and have a chat with them about my situation, work out a payment plan. But you'll be surprised. This has been my experience anyway. You'll be surprised when you talk to people. If you come up with something very practical and doable, they will usually help. I mean, these are people. Yes, of course, there are some places where you have a more difficult conversation. Maybe you've got a lot to deal with. But on balance, usually you can confront the reality and then find a solution. Free your mind from worry. Another thing is to get all your documents in place, all your estate documents, your will, your financial statements, your tax copies, just so that, should anything happen to you, you just in your mind know that you've got this sorted out. Super important. And I think releasing yourself of all those pressures and worries really does make that bag lady mentality kind of start to feel lighter. So it's really important that another thing, the final thing that she says is to not to worry about asking for help. The example that she gives is when she's in the grocery store and someone said, "Can I help you with your groceries?" I said, normally, I would absolutely, you can, I can do it myself. Well, I don't need your help. But now she said, I took the help and it was okay. And this has happened to me sometimes recently too, where people, offer to help you with something and your instinct as an independent older woman is to say, no, I can manage it. Thank you very much. But then just every now and again, like, okay, I'll take the seat on the bus. Thank you. And just be okay with that. Get rid of the fear. Own your situation. Own it. If you own it and then work on it, find solutions, then you can get rid of it. And that's, I think, the biggest message in this article by Danielle. So hopefully that's been useful for you. Deal with your emotional baggage, deal with the financial baskets, and then let the load go a little bit. Talk to people to get some support. And that includes us. That's why part of the reason we have this conversation on 60andMe. No one's judging. If you've got something you want to write about or share, just please put it in the comment section. You don't have to be specific and give too much detail. But even if it's just, I need a hug, go ahead and ask, and we're there for you. I think it's super important that we recognize that we're not all perfect and we've got shortcomings and flaws, and having a community like ours helps. So let's get at the bag lady mentality and move into a different whole attitude to money. And tell us, what is the money narrative in your mind in your 60s? How would you describe your relationship with money? Really, really interested to hear your conversation and join in myself, and we can share our own experiences. But how would you describe your relationship with money right now? All right, everybody. Well, I do hope that this has been useful. Hope that you're having a great day wherever you are. Don't let things worry you like this, but it's just important to get it out now and again and deal with it. And let's have a chat about your relationship with money. Okay, everyone. Well, take good care. We'll see you again soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye for now.